big. In my 28-7, that was also a very, very good football game. In case you missed that, you can go and watch that on our YouTube. I highly recommend that. Uh, what do you think? What do you think our chances in this game are going to be?
Well, like I was stating earlier, I think our chances are we're pretty equal, our teams. So this might just come down to the fourth quarter, honestly.
I think this is definitely going to be a back and forth battle of football. Really, I think I agree there. This could really come down to the last second. We might even go into overtime. But regardless, I'm very excited. I'm very ready for what's going to be coming.
Hmm.
We are going to take a quick break here and thank some of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a minute.
Service charge.
No. Plus, I have free bill pay, free online banking, and a free instant issue debit card.
And it's all free.
Yes. Plus, they have 3 totally free account options, and 2 of them pay interest.
And they have it right here at Vision Bank.
Yes, at all 8 Vision Bank locations.
So, totally free checking at Vision Bank.
Now you've got it.
Get all the details and start saving today with totally free checking at Vision Bank. Member FDIC.
Win the day! Go Wolves!
Looking for a veterinarian to care for both your small and large animals? Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health. My staff and I are committed to providing the most up-to-date preventative health care for your pets. We are one of the few veterinary practices in southern Oklahoma that is fully equipped to handle all of your livestock needs to help you achieve the greatest profitability for your livestock. We also do inside boarding for your pets with weekend drop-offs and dismissals. Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health in Davis.
I joined the Army National Guard for multiple reasons. The first being which that I've always believed that the state of Oklahoma and the United States of America are truly exceptional on the world stage. So I wanted to do something to give back to the country and the state that's been so good to me. So one day I asked myself, if not me, who? And if not now, when? So it was at that point I decided to enlist. And the second reason being, getting my education has always been very important to me. So after doing some studying, I found the Army National Guard's college benefits were far more competitive than anything else out there. So in the University of Oklahoma, I was able to leave my college career basically debt-free. Now that I work in recruiting, I get to see people's lives change for the better by the Army National Guard on a daily basis. And people enlist for different reasons. It could be the competitive college benefits we offer, it could be a part-time paycheck, the job training we offer, or even healthcare. But regardless of why someone enlists, the fact still remains that their part-time military service has served as a stepping stone to propel their future.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we get started here, I just want to thank some of our sponsors. Thank you to Hilltop Animal Care, PT Central, Sooner Pharmacy, and the Oklahoma Army National Guard. For the National Guard, thank all of you for your service. Pardon me. Now, we are getting very, very close to kickoff and very, very close to the game. I am extremely excited. Now, before we throw off and go to the actual game, I would just, let's go through and see, what do you think score predictions might be, Mateo?
Oh, score predictions. That's a hard one. Asking someone for the score, that's kind of personal, Duncan. If you do say so, if I do say so myself. But I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what I think the score is going to be.
I think I might be in that same boat with you. I believe, though, it's going to be, I will tell you this, I believe it's going to be a high-scoring game, and at that, I believe whoever wins, Sulphur or Davis, I believe it comes down to at least 3 points, a field goal, winning field goal. Those are always fun games to see, fun games to watch.
They are.
Thank you all for watching. We are going to throw off to Brad, Mr. Morse, and Bobby for the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. See y'all at the game.
Enjoy.
We're coming to you live from Calvin A.G. Stadium. This is Brad Bentley, Jared Morris, and Bobby Alexander, and this is your 2020 version of the Murray County Bedlam. We're glad to be here, and we're expecting a good one. What do you guys think about tonight's game?
Man, I don't know.
Human.
It is human.
It's human.
I'm going to say after last week, I'm obviously feel really, really good. Last week on Saturday, I was probably riding that high on the win and our boys' ability. But I'm a realist, so I'm going to keep it real. We'll continue after the national anthem.
As we honor America and those who protect and support our freedom. Expecting a good 2020 version of Bedlam football. Davis starting the year 1-0, 28-7 good win over the Pauls Valley Panthers on the road again this week at Calvin A.G. Field against their bitter rivals, the Sulphur Bulldogs. Sulphur starting the year 0-2, actually played a second game during the 0 week, so early season loss to Tuttle, and then also lost last week to Washington. So again, Sulphur looking to get off the winless slide here. The Wolves looking to kind of build on that momentum they gained in the first game win.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going before we had to pause there for the national anthem. I was riding the high of the win last week at Pauls Valley on the road, starting off 1-0. I mean, that's a big high. But I am a realist. This team, I believe, is a much better team than we saw last week in Pauls Valley. So I think we're going to have to play our best. We're going to have to play, but that doesn't mean we can't.
Nope.
We're coming off 2 tough losses in this Murray County Bedlam the last couple of years, but I think we're a much better team than we have been in the past. And I think this will be a good game.
So if you ever look at the all-time series, it's a very evenly played series. Overall series is actually 46 to 40-3. So again, there's 3 ties in there. 46 wins for Sulphur, 40 wins for Davis, 3 ties. Series started in 1914. It's been played consecutively since 1968. So again, it's been a long time series. The exciting part about it is if you look at the breakdown from the year perspective, from 1914 to 1964, Sulphur leads the series 21-14-2. 1968 to 2019, Davis leads the series 26-25-1. So again, you look at recent history. The last two games have went to Sulphur, and Sulphur wants to build on that to go to a 3-3 win streak here. But again, if there's anybody you don't want to lose to, you don't want to lose to your rivals.
Yeah.
Sulphur, a couple miles away, you see these kids at Walmart. They work together at Turner Falls. You see them at Lake Arbuckle. You don't want to lose to the people you see throughout the season.
And I'm looking forward to this game. Sulphur goes and plays Tuttle and then plays Washington. 2 perennially, I can't talk, decent high school football.
Both ranked in the top 5 of their
both
class.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Washington always tough, always in the postseason. Tuttle traditionally always really good. So,
Two very competitive games
right.
too. Sulphur got beat by Tuttle 28-7. Tuttle is now currently ranked in the top 3 in 4A.
Right.
And then also top 5 in 2A. Washington, they got beat 31-20 in a game that came down to the fourth quarter before they kind of pulled away there.
Yep.
So, and then you have, they're looking for a win. Not only it being Murray County Bedlam, Sulphur's looking for the win. Davis, we saw great and we saw some things that could use a little work.
Yeah.
But, and granted, like you guys said, Pauls Valley is probably not at the same level as Sulphur is, but our kids are running on a high coming off of that game. So that's something, we're both coming in. Sulphur's looking for the win, and Davis wants to keep this going.
Yeah.
They want to keep that moving. A lot of changes with Davis, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Not traditional wishbone, which Davis has seen for years and years, doing more of the triple option. The first play of any significant yardage last week for Davis was a pass, which I was thrilled with. But I mean, that's different. That's not traditional what we've seen at Davis. So something different.
And we talked about Sulphur starting the year 0-2, and this is the first time since 1981 that the Bulldogs actually entered the Davis-Sulphur game at 0-2. Now, that's a little bit misleading because a lot of times Davis and Sulphur played in the second game, but it's been since 1981 since they've entered 0-2. And the last time Bulldogs were 0-2 was in 2014. So, again, first time since 1981. Bulldogs are actually kind of riding a three-game losing streak, losing the first two games of this season in the first-round playoff game last year against Perkins. So, again, they're ready to get on that winning streak again. We saw them in pre-games. Those kids are fired up, and they're ready to play. Davis is going to have to match that intensity. This is a Davis team that doesn't have a lot of depth. We're 32 players, so, they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play hard. There's going to be a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes tonight against a team that has some physically larger players, so they're going to have to hold up.
So my question now is, what are we looking at? Like, what's a key? What's one of your keys for Davis? Like, who needs to step up?
Well,
or overall, like what unit has to?
I can tell you, for me, we got to get off the field defensively.
Okay.
If we allow long, 9, 10, 12, 14 play drives, it's going to wear us out. We can afford to do that on offense. We can't afford to do it on defense. We've got limited kids that we can put in as reserves, and those kids are going to get tired. They're going to have to play a lot of minutes. The more snaps that you can get offensively and get those guys some rest, the better off we are.
We saw a little bit of that last week, against Pauls Valley. Late in the game, we had a few kids go down with cramps. Ty Burks went down. You never want to be okay with a cramp, but the way he went down, you almost wanted to think it was his knee, but it ended up being a cramp. So really got to have those guys. A lot of those guys play a lot of snaps, both sides of the ball. We got to keep them going, and I can't speak more to that.
We're talking about kids playing both sides of the ball. This will kind of bring that point home, and that's looking at the offensive and defensive starters for the game. So when we're looking at offense, at right tackle, Wyatt Fisher, number 71, a 6'4", 245-pound senior. At right guard, Levi Baxter, the look Baxter.
There you go.
Number 56, 5'11", 220-pound junior. Center, Tanner Claxton, a 5'9", 200-pound senior. At left guard, Chase Warren, number 63, a 5'8", 200-pound senior. At left tackle, Gavin Moore, number 72, a 6'2", 245-pound junior. At split end, Taylor Lawrence, number 88, a 5'9", 135-pound senior. At tight end, Ty Burks, number 15, a 6'2", 160-pound senior. At quarterback, I think one of the key guys right here, Dulaney has had a really hot start to the season. We need that to continue. It's Colin Dulaney, number 11, 6'2", 193-pound senior. Fullback, Drew Parks, number 22, 5'10", 160-pound junior. At right halfback, Jake Britt, number 5, a 5'8", 135-pound junior. At left halfback, Brandon Blankenship, number 30, a 5'9", 157-pound senior. And that is our starting offensive lineup.
Yeah, I really look to see what Colin does in this game. We talked a lot about last week his passes were on point. He'd obviously gotten faster. Let's see it against this team. Sulphur's going to be a lot bigger, a lot faster. Does he still have that same speed? That'd be a good point to watch.
Another big key there is number 22, Drew Parks, fullback.
Yep.
We've got to be able to run the ball. If we are one-dimensional and have to rely on the pass, we're in trouble.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
And, for Drew to be successful, we need that line. So Fisher, Levi, Gavin, all those guys, they've got to, and then Tanner, all working together to give Colin that time. When we do drop back to pass, give Colin that time, and then at the same time, make those holes, get the gaps open,
Yeah, we really got to, we always mess with the kids about saying we got to block more. But you just did,
hey,
we
got to
block.
block.
45 seconds, so block more.
I said it nicer.
Yeah.
So let's talk about defense. On defense for the Wolves starting tonight will be at nose guard, Levi Baxter. Again, number 56, 5'11", 220-pound junior. At defensive tackle, Wyatt Fisher, number 71, 6'4", 245-pound senior. At D tackle, Gavin Moore, number 72, 6'2", 245-pound junior. And you see all three of those guys up front are having to play both ways. At inside linebacker, Drew Parks, number 22, a 5'10", 160-pound junior. Also at inside linebacker, number 59, Tanner Claxton, 5'9", 200-pound senior. Again, two-way players there. They're going to have to get some good minutes from others off the bench. At outside linebacker, number 9, Tucker Miller, a 6 foot, 162-pound junior. At outside linebacker, Lathan Dickinson, number 8, 5'6", 135-pound junior. At strong safety, Colin Dulaney, number 11, 6'2", 193-pound junior. At free safety, Tuff Hammonds, number 4, 5'11", 137-pound junior. And I think Hammonds was really disruptive in the passing game last week. I really like to see what he had to offer. At cornerback, number 1, Jacob Gaines. And at the opposite corner, big play, Colton McGahey, number 31, 5'11", 157-pound senior. Again, those guys said a lot of names. They're having to play both ways there. We are going to have to get good quality minutes out of other players
last
tonight.
Week we did see that, some good quality minutes coming out of a few players. For on the line, so a couple times on the line we had Cody England, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. He came on several times. Colton McGahey obviously playing wide receiver on both sides. We had junior Cody Caraway come in, the flowing mane of Cody Caraway.
That's right, big play.
Had the big play right there at the beginning of the game, and he came in and he played some corner. He did really well. So I think, we've got to have those guys that can come in and spell, like we said, because we will get tired.
Looks like tonight the captain for the Wolves, number 59, Tanner Claxton. And you're exactly right. There were, Caraway made a big play. That kickoff to start the second half, it turned out to be called back, but it pulled all the momentum back on the Wolf side.
I want to see a couple of those big plays from Colton. He's got that speed. He had the one touchdown pass that I think he was thinking touchdown before he caught the ball and went right through his hands. I've kind of razzed him quite a bit this week about it, but I think he's looking for that chance to get that big play. And if that's something I think we've lacked the last couple of games against Sulphur. We haven't had those big play factors, and now I think with Caraway, with McGahey, Dulaney's speed, Drew Parks back in the backfield, I think we have that big play ability. Now we just got to go execute those plays.
So the Wolves are taking the field here for the first time. Again, Murray County Bedlam, it's a big one. We've got this kickoff about to take place. Let's take a real quick commercial break and come back for the opening kickoff. You're listening to Wolves Football.
Looking for a veterinarian to care for both your small and large animals? Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health. My staff and I are committed to providing the most up-to-date preventative health care for your pets. We are one of the few veterinary practices in southern Oklahoma that is fully equipped to handle all of your livestock needs to help you achieve the greatest profitability for your livestock. We also do inside boarding for your pets with weekend drop-offs and dismissals. Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health in Davis.
Camera?
Okay.
So we are back looking for this opening kickoff.
Real quick, this live stream of Davis football taking on Sulphur Night brought to you by the Wolf Howl Media Group from Davis High School, student-led organization. Everything's done except for us talking. Everything's being done by them.
Looks like the Wolves are going to kick off this evening. They're going to be going from north to south. Not much of a breeze, really. You couldn't ask for better weather. Little receivers to one side, single receiver, and they're going to look to put the ball in the air. Claxton rushing to bring him out. Again, nice catch downfield.
Same play. Ends up Dulaney will probably be giving the tackle because he touched him down. But
again, nice rush that time by Claxton. But again, beautiful pass underneath. The Wolves kind of in deep coverage there, trying not to get beat deep, and they're able to complete to the tight end underneath. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Ball is now on the Davis 47-yard line. Broken I formation, handoff. Key's got some room to run.
And we got get beat.
Again, takes three defenders to bring him down there. The ball's going to be spotted.
First contact's going to be made by Drew Parks.
You talked earlier, Bobby, about how number 5 is going to be the feature back. I know in talking to some of my Sulphur friends earlier, they expected the same thing, and so far that is coming true. So ball's going to be spotted on the Davis 18-yard line. Now Sulphur within the red zone for the first time tonight. 1st and 10. Flexbone formation. Quarterback's going to go to a straight handoff, this time to number 4. 4 kicks it out and met immediately by some defenders of the Wolves.
Looks like Levi Baxter.
Claxton and Dulaney in on that tackle. Also Parks.
You know, that's one thing I talked to a couple people before the game, and I think I see a lot more of that from when we tackle somebody, we all tackle somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We're swarming the ball, and it's good to see that again in Davis football.
Good job dropping them for a 2-yard loss, bringing up second down now on 11 at the 20-yard line. Still in that flexbone formation. This time they're going to look to put the ball in the air, go back to number 5 out of the backfield this time.
He's wrapped up by Tough Hammonds, and then let everybody else come and pick the bones on that one.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Again, minimal gain that time on the pass play.
So that's one thing, even though Sulphur's gotten down here in way better field position, the Davis defense is using that short field, stepping up to hold them back.
So Sulphur now back within the Davis red zone at the 19-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9, 8 to go in the first quarter. Sulphur was still on their first possession here, still driving the ball on the Wolves. Quarterback puts it into motion. It's just going to be a straight quarterback keep. Read very well by the defense that time. Claxton immediately hit him in the hole. Wasn't fooled at all by that dedicated run there.
As he went through, the whole defensive line holds him up, gets hold of his legs. Tanner Claxton finished him off.
So I think they wanted to pick up a few more yards. Obviously, they're going to go for it on 4th down here, but I think they wanted a shorter 4th down play. This is going to be a 4th down and about 7 from the 18-yard line. This is the 9th play of the drive. So, again, we talked about the number of plays getting off defensively. We need to make a stop here.
Yeah.
Quarterback's going to look to pass, puts the ball in the air, and it is intercepted. Looks like
no, it didn't hit the ground. That's almost actually better that he didn't intercept that one, because he would have been on about the 1 or 2 yard line.
And that went right between the elbows of Cody.
So Davis will take over on downs after the incomplete pass. It'll be Davis's 1st down and 10, their first offensive series.
Now, like we were talking about earlier, Brad, we'd like to see a shorter defensive series. I'll take 9 plays. I mean, to start out, I'll take 9 plays right now.
If it's 9 plays that don't end in score.
Series, I'll take 9 plays. I mean, to start out, I'll take 9 plays right now.
If it's 9 plays.
Jones Jewelry, watch repair and custom jewelry.
So we are back, facing a 1st and 10 on the Davis 44-yard line. 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Davis and Sulphur knotted at 0 apiece. Offenses have had 1 offensive series. This will be Sulphur's second offensive series.
Yeah, they kind of drove down the field. Saw our defense come up big on a 4th down stop. But, offense stalled out.
Three of them gave the ball back to them on a short field. So defense is going to have to tighten up right here. For a while, we bid on that fake, and Zone Reedy pulls the ball back out, goes backside on it, and is pretty much untouched into the end zone for a 20-yard touchdown run.
So And, unfortunately, this is not the way we want to get off the field.
So 5-play drive, 45 yards ends in the Sulphur touchdown, and they look to kick the extra point